Okay, my wonderful people, a very, very quick one. There is a video I want you to watch. And this video, what this Yoruba man said in that video is 100% plus what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said that put him in DSS custody. This man have volunteered and signed his death warrant. Somebody like, I signed my death warrant for speaking what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu spoke years back that made them to hate him, that made them to tag him a terrorist. Is what this man, that video you're about to watch now, what he said. It's a two different video, but you first of all you watch this one. I come back and tell you another different thing you need to see in the other video. You will compare the video side by side. One is a Yoruba man, another one is a Hausa man who is busy crying that the Biafrans are the reason why they will not succeed in their quest for a better Nigeria. I would not like to take much of your time, but please don't forget our program that is coming up later today, Nigerian time, 9 p.m. And there's also another program that is going to take place at X Space of Dr. Ngozi Orabuez, or rather it is a Zoom call. And that Zoom call is going to take place from 7 p.m. Nigeria time. It is called Question and Answer Program. So endeavor to join that and also endeavor to join mine. That's why I'm supposed to have my program by 8 o'clock, but because of that program, I shifted it from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Nigeria time. So endeavor to be there, and make sure as you are joining, call other of your friends and folks to join, where you can air your views, speak your mind to the world, advise the Biafrans, and also at the issue at hand we are going to discuss today. So don't forget the topic and make sure you put your findings and everything you have together. When that time comes, you can unleash it to the world. So let me allow you to watch this video. When you watch it finish, then we are coming back for more discussion on that video and another video side by side. So don't forget, this man, this Yoruba man, have signed his death warrant. In fact, he said he is ready to die for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He is ready to die for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That is what it means. Not until he made it open. Because somebody will tell me, sir, why did he say it? Not until he opened his mouth and said, if you come out and say what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is saying, it is a taboo to the ears of those who don't want good thing. Because what this man is saying is exactly that they want, or anybody who want their country to succeed, is exactly the point that person will continue to make. You see the reason why they hated Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? Because Nnamdi Kanu want that evil zoo to succeed. If there's a kind of restructuring where we have been asking, by now we wouldn't have been here. If there's a restructuring in Nigeria, by now we wouldn't have been here talking about all these things. It is somebody who want the country to benefit. The same thing Ojukwu did when they go to Abuja Accord to restructure, let the East manage their resources and pay time to the Central. The West manage and the North manage their own to better the country. On coming back, UK seeing well that Nigeria economy will do well more than their own, and they will not be getting what they are getting now. They put some signs into their body accord and tell folks Buckingham Palace by name Elizabeth Queen Elizabeth II that be that Anwaya forced to go on and other European countries who don't want Nigeria to be better because of their own selfish interests to declare war on Biafrans. That's exactly what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu also said. That was what he was fighting right from 2012. He take over the mantle of this leadership of restructuring. Let there be equity, justice, and fairness. If they do it, Nigeria will have been the best country so far. Even US will be learning from Nigeria. This man have already signed his death warrant because Fulanis will come for him, where he's trying to justify what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said years back that made them to hated him and got him into DSS dungeon. So please, I don't talk too much, but please make una forgive me, because the way I analyze this thing, I cannot take 1 minute or even 1 second to analyze this news. So please don't say I talk too much. Just watch that video. I'm coming back for more discussion. Regarding
Yoruba land. Let the North agree on who will rule Northwest. Let the Kanuri rule Northeast. Let the Igbos rule the Southeast. Let the South agree. Then the temperature will come down. I will not want to be running federal election with 200 million naira form, because I have to run from Sokoto to Ikotekpene. I will campaign as a premier of Western region, where people know me and I know them. I know what they want. The Southwest want to bring all Yorubas who are Japan, bring them back to Nigeria. Nigeria is too hostile for the Yorubas now. Nigeria is a poisoned environment for Yoruba because we invested in education so much and we have lost all the human beings. They are developing other societies. The North will not care less. How many doctors do they have in United States? How many doctors do they have in Europe? These are facts and put on the table now. I don't need to sugarcoat anything at all. We are divided. Let's just accept it. It's no fight. It's no war. The North will come up on their own. We will respect each other. But this matter of trying to play some games, President Tinubu is better. In fact, if he runs only one time and he brings this temperature down, his name will go down in history. But if he does not do anything in the next 6 months about restructuring, and he goes to use all the money to run election in 2027 and he wins, and then what? Yorubas will become endangered in the political system because once he leaves, then Nigeria.
See, take your time, watch this video to the end. This interview of this Fakukunda, it will blow your mind. What he said. Take your time, watch the video. Do you know why he is talking like this? Why he's talking like this is because of this video of this Hausa man. And this video has been flying because of this Hausa man interview video. Take your time, listen to this video first. We'll come back, then you watch the part 2 of this interview, this Fakukunda interview. Please watch, and don't forget to share this video. Very, very important.
A direct message to people from Southwest. They have been calling us Northerns, all sort of our filing names, that we are parasites, that we are useless, that they are going to teach us a lesson 2027. That even if Tinubu excelled to become the next president of Nigeria, that they are going to bring somebody from South, not the North. Maybe they have baby mentality. They don't know the North. They don't know our history. One state in northern Nigeria is equivalent to the whole of Southwest. My lecturer once told me something. My Calabar lecturer once told me something. He said, never ever in your life trust a Yoruba. He said, if a Yoruba man shake your hand, he mean maybe or no. While in your heart, he mean yes. While in his heart, he mean no. He said, if a Yoruba man nod his head, he mean no. They are hypocrite in nature. He said, never ever trust a Yoruba man. Our northern brothers, they make a great mistake. Me personally, I did not vote for Tinubu because I already know the nature of Yoruba. They are hypocrites. They behave like chameleons. And once they hijack power, their true color will prevail. And we have seen what Tinubu is doing, what Tinubu is trying to do regarding the tax reforms. The governor of Bauchi, Bala Mohammed, has warned President Bola Tinubu that his reform policy is anti-northern Nigeria. That we are going to teach him a lesson. This is not oligarchy. You understand? If he insisted that he is arrogant, that he insisted that the tax reform must come to stay, we are going to teach him a lesson in 2027. He's going to lose the election. His state where he comes from, Osun State and Lagos State, did not vote for him. 2023 election. He did not win. He did not win the election in Osun and Lagos State. Did not voted for him. Me personally, I did not vote for him. And this fight did not voted for him. He only got 8.4 million. This fight, 4 people came from the north. He did not even get a massive vote. You understand? Let me assure you, people from Southwest, that we are going to teach you a lesson. This is your hypocrite nature. We are going to teach you a lesson. You are going to lose election. And once a Yoruba man lost election, a Yoruba man will never ever rule this country. Even thinking of becoming a vice. Let me tell you, we are going to teach this Yoruba. This direct message to Yoruba land. Once Tinubu lost election, no any Yoruba man will ever click to power again. This is a message to you because we have already identified your hypocrite nature. My father told me, he said never, my Calabar lecturer told me never ever trust a Yoruba man because they have hypocrite nature. They have what they say and what they mean are two different things. Never ever trust them. They are hypocrite people in nature. This is a direct message to you. I'm just warning you, Yoruba people, that calling us all sort of names, insulting us on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook will not make you to become a president 2027. Tinubu is OTP, one-time president, period.
All right, Dr. Fakunda. It looks to me like a lot of people might consider your submissions a bit concerning. Fakunda, it looks to me like a lot of people might consider your submissions a bit concerning. The way that you're addressing issues that have to do with the northern part of the country. When you say that we are different, does it appear to you that it might sound like you are trying to breed division does it appear to you like you are in a way sounding like Kemi Bidnock, the leader of the Conservative Party in the UK, who is of Nigerian parentage, and who says that, have got nothing in common with the North, and that they were even enemies, of where she comes from, which is of the Yoruba stock. You, of course, will have noticed the backlash that attracted, and people criticize that that's not the spirit that Nigeria is trying to work on. So when you base your argument of regionalization on the fact that we can be together, even though we can be good neighbors, don't you think, sir, that you might make things a bit difficult for somebody like President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is Yoruba and who has been accused anyway of trying to Yorubanize the entire machinery of government? And therefore, if you are proposing to him that he should do more restructuring that regionalizes, wouldn't that appear as anti-North at the time that key Northern elements are saying that no, come 2027, it doesn't look like we'll support you? Aren't you making things a bit difficult for a Yoruba man like yourself, sir, who's the president?
Thank you very much. It's a fact that we are divided. We pretend that it's totally, I don't understand it. The North knows what they want, and the South are reluctant to say what they want. President Tinubu is about to put all the cards on the table, trying to paper over it and say we are united. Well, we are not united. We are not united. We are divided. That's just the truth. I've told you now that the North brought federal character. The South agreed to okay, fine, we are united. What is the result of it? The North brought quota system. Southern agreed with it. It's in the constitution. What is the result? If we now bring in tax to say, okay, get more VAT in the North at the expense of the South, so what will be the result? The division will continue until we remove the feeding bottle, let everybody just work according to his own dictates. The North sincerely believes in Sharia. We should not draw them for that purpose now. We should let them be. They want Sharia. In the South, there are Muslims. We don't want Sharia. Somebody brought us in Oyo to do Sharia in Oyo. Everybody put it down. The Muslims in the South don't want Sharia. So why are we pretending? In the Southeast, some few Muslims, but they don't want Sharia. Let's accept who we are. Let's accept reality so that we'll not stop talking and talking and talking. And
exactly.
Motion without movement. That's what it is. I'm not ashamed. Okay, look, if President Tinubu succeeds now, 2027, 2031, every Yoruba person in Abuja will be cleaned out of the system. Because
you understand?
We already started with Fulani. He is doing Yoruba now. Let the Igbos come. We cannot block the Igbos if they put 99% in all positions too. Is that the way we are building the country? Let Yoruba go and rule Yoruba land. Let the North agree on who will rule Northwest. Let the Kanuri rule Northeast. Let the Igbos rule the Southeast. Let the South agree. Then the temperature will come down. I will not want to be running federal election with 200 million naira form because I have to run from Sokoto to Ikotekpene. I will campaign as a premier of Western region where people know me and I know them. I know what they want. The Southwest want to bring all Yorubas who are Japan, bring them back to Nigeria. Nigeria is too hostile for the Yorubas now. Nigeria is a poisoned environment for Yoruba because we invested in education so much and we have lost all the human beings. They are developing other societies. The North will not care less. How many doctors do they have in United States? How many doctors do they have in Europe? These are facts. I put on the table now. I don't need to sugarcoat anything at all. We are divided. Let's just accept it. It's no fight. It's no war. The North will come up on their own. We will respect each other. But this matter of trying to play some games, President Tinubu is better. In fact, if he runs only one time and he brings this temperature down, his name will go down in history. But if he does not do anything in the next 6 months about restructuring, and he goes to use all the money to run election in 2027 and he wins, and then what? Yorubas will become endangered in the political system because once he leaves, then Nigeria is not safe for Yoruba again.
Sorry,
let people come. They have right to come too.
Sorry.
On this matter, the first foundation to lay is that Nigeria is not a united country, despite all the pretenses. We are not South since 1914. It has not changed. The North, at the flip of a switch, they are able to shout Northern interest. The Southerners are laid back, hoping that, oh, we are civilized. We don't want to talk about tribalism. Tribalism is at play. We are pretentious about this matter. Look, the North has taken us for a ride for too long. They foisted federal character on Nigeria over 40 years. They foisted quota system over Nigeria over 40 years. Have they benefited from it? Only the tiny clique in the North is holding the whole country to ransom. It's enough time for Nigeria to wake up. We are not together, not lost out. Now they are talking the elite, the few elite in the North. Like if the bottle is going to be removed from their mouth. That's what they are doing. They are shouting. They are forming a group now. Lead of Northern Democrats. The governor of Bauchi was talking. They won't be able to pay salaries again. They won't be able to do that. Look, the North has damaged Nigeria fundamentally with this attitude. Who are the Nigerians who are now Japan now? They are Southerners. The South invested in education massively in the 50s and the 60s. The products now are being driven out of Nigeria. Can you find the Fulani man in London or in New York practicing medicine, practicing engineering? It's the Yoruba, the both Southerners that are marginalized. It's time to call the bluff of the North. Not because we even support what Tinubu is doing, but we have to converse about Nigeria. Nigeria is not, we are pretentious. Let's go to the brass tacks. That's why we are calling for regionalization. The North is separate from the South. That's just the truth. That's just the truth, unless we are deceiving ourselves. There are many issues about the tax reform. Look, the president is not focusing in the right direction. Just one item alone, inheritance tax. The North has a different perspective on Sharia. The Southwest have different customs. The East have different approach. By trying to do a unitary tax system, when we are all having a different flavor of life, is that not a voyage to nowhere? Tax bill is not the reform that we want. The country has to be reorganized and let all of us live separately, but as good neighbors. As good neighbors. We are different. It's just a fact. We can gloss over it from here to eternity. Let me just stop there. Right?
You have seen that video finish, right? And I'm very sure you understand why I said this man has taken his life. In fact, he has signed his death warrant for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's sake. Yes. Validating what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been saying all these years. My brother, even the whole Westerners will turn against you and they will look for your head. That's exactly the point. But after watching this one now, Ngwa, watch this video. We are coming back for more discussion. Just watch this video, eh? Don't touch the dial. Just after you watch and finish, then wait for my own explanation at the end. Regardez.
Is it not at a disadvantage because of education?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, there are those who believe that it is a deliberate way of you northern elites to keep your people perpetually uneducated and poor so that you can control them.
No.
But is that fair?
No. That's not the correct thinking. I will tell you why. You see, in a way, religion played a role there. The man who has not gone to school, he's been told that he can marry 4 wives, is allowed, and that he can give birth to 27, 30 children. You understand? Mm-hmm. So he's not even thinking that these 27, 37 children, I have to educate them. And I do not have a house where I can provide 27 rooms for everybody to sleep comfortably. And you know what comfort does to intellectual development, Mm-hmm. So that is not correct. I think what is happening is that because of deficit of education, mm-hmm. maybe, and I hope I'm wrong, maybe the leaders did not put in place what was reasonably necessary to accommodate that dislocation for the purpose of educating the populace. So rather, they leave it that way. That's how.
But isn't the failure of the leadership of the Northern?
It is. It is.
So you and your colleagues, Northern elites, you have failed your people.
Well, I will enter a plea of no guilty to that charge, in the sense that have we been given the opportunity, for example, to occupy, you understand, positions from which we can generate policies that will address these issues? If you don't have that opportunity, what do you do? But
the Northern elite have failed the people of the North.
Well, I don't want
with the rate of out-of-school children, the level of poverty in that, the backwardness that you see in development, isn't a sheer failure of some of you who lead the North?
I don't know what your definition of failure is.
But when people from that region of the country cannot favorably stand shoulder to shoulder with their colleagues in the South, they don't have the same advantage or the same opportunity that they have. Most of them are on the street. Do you know the number of millions of people, children who are on the street?
That was inherent. If I conversely now accuse the southern part of the country of moving with policies that deliberately put the North in the disadvantaged area, what will be your defense?
Is it the South that caused the disadvantages that you see in the North?
There are a lot of things that came to play.
There are those people who say some of the southern states are deliberate efforts by some leaders in the South to keep the South more developed than you find in the North.
So,
no, these are debates.
let me tell you.
These are conversations.
These conversations at times will generate something different because the understanding may be different. But let me tell you something. Unfortunately, we fought a war. After the war, you understand, the civil service of this country was hijacked by a section of this country. And therefore, deliberate efforts were made to make sure that their people are empowered as a deliberate issue. Deliberate policy was put in place, albeit not clearly outwardly, that can be read, to keep another section perpetually distant from the civil service of this country. You understand?
And you blame leaders from the South for that?
Why will I blame them? I won't blame them, but I will say they betrayed the thinking of our heroes past who believe in the unity of this country and who wanted to see a strong, united Nigeria. They betrayed that.
So you do not accept the blame on the northern elite for keeping the North underdeveloped?
They are not keeping maybe what I don't understand. You see,
you still don't agree that your children are on the street, Senator, in the northern part of the country, in their millions, out of school, uncared for, uncatered for.
Let me tell you,
is that not the failure of the leaders of that region?
It's not.
Who is responsible for them?
I don't want to say it's failure. You understand? Now, education is not something you pick on the street. It's a resource-backed enterprise. You understand? Now, can you honestly say that resource-wise, did not have opportunity to have the resources that will turn the North around educationally? You were able to do your own, Sheung, because I've given you an example that if you take 10 Sheungs from the South, their children will be averaging 3 and 4. If you take 10 Balana Allahs from the North, they will be averaging 12, 20. So if, for example, you give 1 million to Sheung to educate 4 children, and you give the same 1 million for Allah to educate 27 children, that doesn't mean I have 27. I have only 3. You understand? So you see, these things are issues that were as old as the independence of this country, and our leaders knew about this, and they have made efforts to make sure that that situation is reversed.
So you have seen the difference between those two videos. This man is validating what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu says, and this man is telling us that Nnamdi Kanu is the reason why the killings persist in the Northeast, Northwest, and North Central. This man is busy blaming the South of their problem, of their backwardness, while they have held power for over 70% since the so-called colonial masters left Nigeria. You can see it. These are the same people who will come out tomorrow and tell you Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist, while their own Fulani terrorists are innocent. In fact, they are saints. But anyway, let us just take some few comments from that video you just finished, the one that validates Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's assertion and Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's prophecies and the cry of that young man. Let us read some comments, and you will understand that any eye where the cry can also see. Then we have Jonas Chuk said, I am just laughing at those Igbos of South denying their Igbo roots. It will soon clear from their eyes. Very soon, we are going to set boundaries, and they will remain where they are the rest of their lives. If Nigeria divides today, some people in South may not find it easy, especially the Igbos behind their roots. We are getting there gradually. Let me tell us one thing that is going to happen in this Tinubu's regime. If Tinubu find out that he have lost it all, I can tell you for free of charge, If this man found out that 2027 nothing for him, he will call for restructuring. He will. And then he will go back to Southwest and continue for where he stopped. Go and mark my word. You see all these shenanigans capturing Port Harcourt rivers. You only sanction Fubara for 6 months. After that 6 months, Fubara will come back. Then you know that he have lost anything that got to do with rivers people. Because even a child, even a pregnant woman, the child inside their stomach have already known that Turumbu is an anti-river people and anti-Ijaw people. So he is now gradually seeking coalition with the southeast and south-south. And I'm very sure that Turumbu is going to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a bait to cajole the southeasterners to vote for him come 2027. But when he found out that even releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not going to yield him any good result, what he's going to do will shock everybody. But let's keep watch. I tell you the truth, let's keep watch. And Izuata Solomon said, now, who has denied these facts you enumerated and the reality that things have evolved beyond that or organically? If colonialism masters had left us as they meant, the indigenous people, what you call Nigeria today, could have at least be 4 countries. They tinkered with it and got a country out of their diverse entity. And the evolutionary events has overtaken that to the extent that a place like Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa cannot be called Southeast or Igbo State. Now, areas like rivers, delta that have complex ethnic groups, including some Igbo, cannot unilaterally be called Igbo State. Even Edo, where I held, despite our proximity, cultural similarities, or blood relationship with Yoruba, cannot be Yoruba State. You guys from this part are too rash and not perceptive on how societies have evolved. You kept holding on to those loose ends. Even this comment self, I don't understand. Okay. Pressure said, that's why I say people should be following them up, saving their comments for future reference. How can you be bearing Ngozi as a name and they say you are not an Igbo? Can you imagine that? Or South Peter said, why wouldn't they find it easy in South-South? What is in the Southeast that they can't find in the South? If they say they are not Igbos, then they are not Igbos. It is not by force and their decision won't affect them in any way. It's actually the Igbos that are trying to take these places to fatten their land. Places like Rivers and Bayelsa and Delta would definitely solidify things for the Igbos. Imo, Abia, Anambra, Enugu, and Ebonyi are the Igbo states. Anything outside these are not Igbo. So draw your boundaries well and enjoy your life. Igwe Daniel said it's like you did not listen to the man. That since Nigeria have been divided into 6 geopolitical regions, each region must go and rule themselves. I ask, is the South-South region not old enough to rule themselves? Why are you calling? Why are you crying? You still need Ikwere people in your 5 regions of Southeast because of our oil. Shame on you, Nigerians are wiser now. You see, these are the monkeys that keep on denying their heritage. If you ask, they will tell you because of our oil. And the person who is talking this is not even receiving common free education of nursery school. They know they receive, but they get oil. And in that his own backyard, Sultan of Sokoto have over 25 oil wells. You know they paint them, they are okay with it. But an Igbo man will talk now. What you hear now is that because of our oil, lost generation. It's just a lost cause. This is exactly their mentality. Each time he said you are part of Igbo, you are bearing Igbo name, Igbo culture, everything. Erim John Omega, Abam Kwon name, everything and name, and name. All these things are Igbo cultures, and yet you say you are not Igbos simply because you say because you have oil, they want to take over your oil and this and that and the other. How many Ikwere can come out and boast that they have oil well in that region? The only thing they use them to do is just to guide pipelines. Why the whole people who don't have anything in their backyard are now the person that is enjoying the oil in their backyard. The only contract they will give to them is just to guide pipelines, and they keep dying every day by day on top of sea. Look at them. Yeah, because of their oil. Hey. Emmanuel Udo Friday say, are you sick? What are you saying? Don't every state have natural resources and manpower? Or who do you think you are? Rita said to Joe Jukes, I'm moving to the east. Now my village is happy. Michael Semeka, you're really supplying us with interesting videos, news, and very constant too. Keep it up. The only thing Tinubu can do to clear himself and put his name in the good books of history of Nigeria is this restructuring. Instead of his ambition for 2027, which he will most likely lose, going by his current performance and restlessness in the country. Anyway, my wonderful people are back, and here we will take back break. More of this, you can go to this our brother by name Ebuhosu. Justino Ebuhosu. A lot of comments are there. You can as well read as many as you want. But before then, don't forget our program today and get ready for it. And you know the topic? They have already planned to abduct Ngozi Orabe the same way they did to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They not call for her arrest because she's reside in the US, which Donald Trump will not allow that to happen. They are planning to abduct her. It will be the part of our discussion today, so that we are going to tell the whole world we have already know what they are planning. Maybe they are going to hire a fake FBI to set Ngozi up. Anyway, until then, have a nice day. Make sure you circulate this video, like, share, comment, and keep subscribing for more interesting videos. We'll meet again at the program this night. Starting this program, it is not easy because I can deny myself sleep just to make sure that Biafrans come out and air their voice and their view. That is the only thing I have to contribute for this journey. I cannot call for protest, I cannot call for sit at home, I cannot call for security, whatever. But as long as this is what I can contribute, I'm okay with that. Deny myself sleep for my own freedom and freedom of my generation in the Biafra land, I'm okay with that. Okay, so my people, see you then. I love you all.